against Hitler were executed in the night of July 20th, 1944. So it has enormous historic and emotional significance for Germany. And this, of course, is another moment of great historical meaning.
Let's hear from the lady herself.
Sehr geehrter Herr Bundespräsident, sehr geehrte Frau Bundestagspräsidentin, Exzellenzen,
German President, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, fellow countrymen and women. Standing here in front of you today gives me a deep sense of gratitude and humility. Humility before the office that I have held so long. Gratitude for the confidence that you placed in me. A trust that I am well aware is the most important capital in politics, and it is absolutely not something you can take for granted. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you, Minister Annegret, and the German Armed Forces for organizing this ceremonial farewell with the military, and that in the Bendler block location as well. I want to thank the military band as well, who will be playing, and that in the difficult situation of the pandemic. I also want to remember all of those who have done everything they can and continue to do so to stem the tide of the pandemic, to curb it. The physicians, the nurses in the hospitals, the vaccination teams, the helping hands in the German Armed Forces, the Bundeswehr, and in all of the charity organizations as well. We owe them our gratitude. I am very grateful to them. Today, I spoke to the leaders of the federal states and with other members of the government in another pandemic debate. And here, a few hours later, after 16 years, I am taking farewell from all of you as German Chancellor. And I think this sequence of events today shows you the kind of times we're living in at the moment. 16 years as Chancellor of Germany were full of events, often very challenging politically, and as a human being, they challenged me. But at the same time, it was a deeply satisfying position. Particularly the last 2 years of the pandemic have shown me, in no uncertain terms, just how important trust in politicians, in science, and in public discourse in society is, but also just how fragile those things can be. Our democracy lives from the capacity to engage critically with ideas and to correct its path. And it lives from balancing out the respect that we have for one another and the interest that we have for one another. It is based on solidarity and trust, and also trusting in facts, and trusting that wherever scientific understanding is denied and conspiracy theories are pursued and incitement to hatred is pursued, that these things will be contested. Our democracy lives so that whenever hatred and might are used to assert ourselves, our tolerance as democrats finds its limit. The many challenges within Germany are also seen in what's going on in the rest of the world as well, and not just since the pandemic, because the financial and economic crisis in 2008 and the many people who fled their homes in 2015 have shown how important it is that we work together across national borders, how crucial international institutions and multilateral instruments are in order to tackle the main challenges of our day together. Climate change, digitization, people fleeing their homes, migrations. I would like to encourage you in the future to look at the world from other people's perspectives as well, to perceive the perspectives that the person next to you has, even if it's very different. but always to pursue justice. Ladies and gentlemen, my political work would not have been possible without the support of political compatriots, nationally and internationally. And I thank all of them. I thank the colleagues of mine in the German government, in the German parliament, in the upper and lower houses of parliament for our good cooperation. I also want to thank you for a political culture of frank conflict and discussion that many other countries envy us for. And I very much thank my closest supporters who have worked with me in my team, and I also want to thank my family. And now it will be down to the next government to find answers for the challenges facing us and to shape our future moving forward. Olaf Scholz and the government you will lead, I wish all the very best. Much success in every way, and may things come easily to you. I am convinced that we will be able to continue to shape the future well if we do not encounter one another with distrust, with pessimism, but rather, as I said 3 years ago, in a different context, with a light heart and engaging with our work that way. That is what I have tried to do in my life in East Germany, and certainly, and all the more, once I had achieved freedom. It is taking things with a light heart that I wish all of us, and our country as well, for the future. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Angela Merkel giving her a farewell speech from the parade ground in front of the German Defence Ministry building. Melinda Crane, lots of thank yous and some interesting points raised there.
Indeed. And as we said, not a lot of pathos, but some earnestness. For example, when she talked about the challenges to democracy and the importance of building trust, and her own recognition of the important role that trust plays over the course of the past 2 years of the pandemic. Also, her words about encouraging everyone to look at the world from others' perspective, to try to take a different view of things. And then that final injunction to approach things with a lightness of heart. And I think what she doesn't mean is, you know, that we should take things as fun, but that we essentially should be optimistic and look toward what we can do in cooperation with others.
And the Annegret that she mentioned.
Frau Bundeskanzlerin, ich melde, großer Zapfenstreich zu Ihren Ehren angetreten.
Frau Bundeskanzlerin, anlässlich des großen Zapfenstreichs zu Ihren Ehren überreiche ich Ihnen die Urkunde des Wachbataillons.
Pass on the certificate of the Ministry of Defense as part of our ceremonial farewell.
Augen gerade auf. Das Gewehr üben. Gewehr ab. Großer Zapfenstreich. Gut. Serena.
song by an East German singer. Of course, she is not singing, but this dates back to Angela Merkel's youth in Eastern Germany. And interestingly enough, the name of this song, translated, is "You Forgot the Color Film." And the words of the song, the refrain, essentially are a girl telling her boyfriend that although they've just had a lovely week at the beach, the fact is that he forgot the color film, and therefore no one will know what a lovely time they truly had, and that everyone will see their pictures only in black and white. And it's often thought to be a song that addresses the perception that life in the former East Germany was colorless, but in fact that it was a very colorful life indeed. And Angela Merkel